Hello, welcome to Verbling. Hi, I'm Teacher Oakley. Sorry about the short delay, had slight technical problems, but I'm here now. Today we are going to practice running at the mouth. It's your chance to do a lot of talking. This is what we're going to do. We're going to start out. I'm going to give you a very simple starting phrase, extremely simple. And I want you to talk as long as you can. I'm going to make notes so I can give you feedback about your speaking. And we're going to see who can talk the most with the least amount of mistakes. But most importantly, who can talk the most. Now, this is really excellent practice for example for IELTS examination speaking test part 2, in which you have to speak a monologue continuously for 2 minutes. We're going to start with 2 minutes. We're going to shoot for 2 minutes. That's our goal. I've called this class the Filibuster Game. Heidi, hello, welcome.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. Now, Heidi, have you ever heard of the word filibuster?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Filibuster can refer to the person, or it can refer to the speech. It's interesting, so let me try to explain. It's weird and crazy, but interesting. In the United States Congress, just because of the way the rules are written, there may be deadlines for some votes. Otherwise, the motion or the bill is dead. If it's not voted on by a certain time, okay, then that motion is dead. We actually use the word dead. So one way to prevent a law from being formed, from being voted on and signed, is to filibuster. Yes, it can be a verb. That means a senator or congressman will stand up, will be recognized by the chairman, and they will approach the podium and they will just talk. Famously, filibusters can literally last for hours and hours and hours. There have been times in American history where somebody has filibustered for 18 consecutive hours. In other words, they can't stop talking. As long as they're talking, then there can't be a vote. So this is a kind of dirty trick, political trick, to avoid voting on a proposed law, or what is called a bill. Very interesting. It's seldom used. I don't know, maybe once or twice a decade. Not very common, but it is used. It means that what happens then is the bill has to go back to committee and it has to start the process all over again. So it's a way of basically sabotaging a possible law. Anyway, that's what it is, and it involves. So when a senator, for example, filibusters, he'll talk about his trip to Disneyland. He'll talk about how he likes gravy on French fries. Doesn't matter what he's talking about. He just cannot stop talking. Kind of a ridiculous thing, but you leave it to the politics to come up with totally ridiculous, stupid things to do. Anyway, that's what a filibuster is. So we're going to practice just talking. It doesn't really matter. So this is the filibuster game. It doesn't really matter what you're saying. Just try to use correct English and try to keep talking until the bell rings. I'm going to time you, and I'll tell you when you've hit 2 minutes. Okay, hello, Oksana.
Hello.
Again. Hi again.
How are you again?
I'm good again, and your sound is much clearer. It was a little bit not good last class. It's perfect now. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Oh. Aaron, come on back. Where did you go? Anyway, Aaron, come on, return. Okay, we're going to try this out. I've been doing all the talking. Now it's time for you guys to do all the talking. Just keep talking. This is kind of like that stupid karaoke game. Killer karaoke. Have you ever seen that, Heidi?
What?
There's a game show. I don't know if they play this in Japan or not, but they have it here. It's in America. It's called Killer Karaoke.
Mm.
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
No. Okay, it's a stupid game show. They torture the people, but they have to keep singing. Anyway, I'm not going to torture you today. Don't worry about that. But you do have to keep talking. Very simple. Okay. All right. You're going to start with randomly picking these. All right. Start with the best time of day is, and see how long you can keep talking. Are you ready? Heidi, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a 1, 2, 3 and a go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
The best time day of me is evening. After eating dinner, then I need to wash the dishes, and then my husband goes to his bedroom. After that, I'm very free in this salon. Salon, what to say? Living room. In the living room, there are many things: a TV and a computer, a telephone. Then I can enjoy using a lot of things. At first, I watch TV. I browse a lot of channels, but sometimes I can't find any good program. But somehow, I'm listening some sound. Listening sound is very important because it's evening. So if I don't have any sound, I'm a little lonely. So I put on the TV almost all day long. Then after that, I came to this place. I browse some online, no, my computer. Then I find some very good article, news article or something. I read it by myself. Then I browse even bubbling. If I find some good lesson, suddenly I enter that lesson. In that case, I need to turn down the TV sound or put down, turn off the TV. Then I need to concentrate to the lesson. Sometimes other students are very noisy. Then I mute them. It's kind of my hobby. Sometimes I need to argue with that student. Why you turn off? Because your computer is very, very noisy.
Okay. That's 2 minutes. You made it. You did it. Wow. Awesome. You actually went the full 2 minutes. Excellent. Okay. Very good job. I have one comment, which is not really a mistake. Grammatically, it's okay, but just something that you can try to do. Heidi's trying to continue to talk and talk and talk, so she's doing a time order, and then and after that and then. The only problem was I heard and then, many times. Of course, always better form, not grammatically incorrect. There's nothing wrong with that per se, but it's just better style and better form to use different connectives. And then after that, later on, sometimes around 7 o'clock, after that, and then, so mix them up, mix up more connectives to show your time. That's just a suggestion, but nothing wrong. Small problems. Actually, all your small problems were the same type of problem, and they consist of the collocations with prepositions. To wit, exactly. The best time of day me should be the best time of day for me. You just missed the preposition. And then later, somehow I am listening some sound should be I am listening to some sounds. And also, instead of somehow, it really should be I am always, maybe. That was the idea, that you're always listening to some sounds. You listen to whatever. Listen to the TV, listen to the radio, listen to music, listen to your husband snore, or whatever. And the last one, same thing, preposition. You concentrate to the lesson. Really, it should be you concentrate on the lesson.
Oh, concentrate, not to.
Right, concentrate on something. Yeah, we never use concentrate to something. Always concentrate on. Okay, so those are 3 grammatical errors, but you went the whole 2 minutes, which is the main thing. 3 very small errors. That was pretty good. Okay, Oksana, that's quite a challenge. Oksana?
For me, same question.
No, I'll give you something different. Okay, I'll try to give you an easy one. Here, I'll try to give you an easy one. Okay, you're going to start out with, when I was young, blah, blah, blah. When I was young.
And when I was young.
Yeah, I'll give you the 1, 2, 3. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
When I was young, I'm. Could I speak in Russian, please? I don't know enough words to say when I don't have too many ideas. Talk about this. So sorry, but about what about my childhood I need to talk. It's no difference. Like everybody have. We was pioneer. Before we was октябрята. That means Russian. That's Lenin. That means Lenin. After this we was pioneer. We always went to the parade in the and too many things I have in my brain, but I don't know how to say in English. I don't have enough words English. I need to learn. That's
okay.
That's when I was young, I like teach English, but when we touch English, but when we in school touch English, we just only touch, but we not speak. We know all rules, same like this, but we don't have experience about talk and conversation. But maybe 6 years in school we learned English, but when I finish school, I cannot speak English. I don't know what with this 6 years.
Okay. That's 2 minutes. You made it.
Yes.
You survived. You're still alive. Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know, maybe nobody understands me. Nobody understands what I want to say.
Well, there's a couple, I think a couple words were in Russian. Were they not?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Russian? But I don't know that we don't have English these words. Октябрята and pionere. That's mean.
I think I know the second one, pioneer, but the first one I'm not sure.
Before to go pioneer, we go to Октябрята. Октябрята.
What on earth is that? Pioneer, I think I get. It's like Pioneer. Is it like an organization, a club, or something?
This means like communistic.
Okay.
Pioneer, Комсомол, and
Okay.
Another. This like.
What did you do? Did you have to dress up like in a uniform or something?
Yes. When we Октябрят, we have some small. I don't know how to say small around, not around five triangle. No, five. How to say five like star small piece of star in the breast. Breast.
Okay.
With pictures Lenin.
Oh, all right. I think I know what you mean. Okay, a little portrait,
yes.
A picture of Lenin. All right, inside of a star or something.
Yeah, everybody in school this have. After when we go pioneer, we have red near neck, red piece of material, red color red.
Red.
Yeah.
Okay.
We put it in the neck, around neck.
Okay, like a scarf, like a cravat.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Okay. I was a Boy Scout when I was young, and we had a uniform, and we had to put a cravat. It's like makes a triangle in the back, and then it ties together in the front, kind of hangs down like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like.
Ow.
What color do you have? This scarf.
It's called a cravat.
A color doesn't matter. We have
Color.
red.
I think it was different depending on what troop you belong to, what specific group from what city. I think we had different ones for different cities. If I can't really remember. Or maybe it was different ranks had different cravats. You have ranks. Do you know what I mean? Ranks. Like corporal, sergeant, lieutenant, captain, general.
Yeah.
Not exactly like that, but we had patrol leader, assistant patrol leader, ranks. Right. Okay. All right. My overall critique for you is okay. You were trying to give me past tense. That's good, but the repeated mistake, something you need to work on, is your verb conjugation. It's specifically with the verb to be. So you repeated we was, but we doesn't go with was, right? Oh, it should be we were.
Yes, Peter.
Right. We were, they were, you were. Right, because it's plural. Right, okay. Then that was a repeated mistake. Okay, I also didn't understand when you got to I too liked, you don't need to before the main verb. I liked to, now what did you say? Touch English? Or did you mean to use passive, be taught English?
Yeah, taught. I mean taught.
Okay, right.
When I start talking, all rules to mix in my brain.
Right. Well, that's the difficult part because you're trying to talk a lot. I liked to be taught English. That would work. I don't need to before liked, and then I'm actually using passive infinitive to be taught English. Okay, now I get it. Taught. All right. Actively you could say I like to learn English, but passively you are taught. You are taught English. I like to learn English. Okay, like to learn, that's an active sentence. I like to be taught, that's a passive. That's using taught as in a passive form, passive voice. Also, pronunciation, conversation. Conversation. Okay, just you didn't do conversation. Pronunciation and pioneer, way back earlier in your speaking. I think that's pioneer is the word. I think there is an English word. That first group that you were talked about that you belong to, I have no idea how to translate that. Sorry, I don't have a clue. Okay. So really, there was kind of about. You did make 2 minutes, but basically there's about 5 errors there that I counted.
So, what do you think? If I talk like that, English people understand what I mean, or usually not understand what I mean?
Well, here the problem is when you mix in Russian words. Of course, I don't understand at all. Of course, and by the way, just I know not affecting you, but for any viewers out there or people that may be practicing for the IELTS speaking test, if you use words in your own native language, they're going to really smack you down hard in your score. Really hard. Big penalties for using your native language. Especially in that way, like in the middle of the conversation as an object noun or whatever, or verb or whatever. It's a little herky-jerky, and what would have helped clarity, that, speaking Russian, of course, totally confuses things, and honestly, getting your verb tense, your verb conjugations was a little bit difficult to figure out. Okay. Mostly I understood what you were saying. Mostly. Okay. Let's. By the way, for anybody out there in Verbling who's viewing, please come on in and join the class. Give this a try. It's a good chance to speak at length and get feedback. There's plenty of room in the class. It doesn't matter when you join the class. So come on in and give it a try. In the meantime, Heidi, gonna go back to you. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Well, all right. I'd like to hear. Very simple. Okay. Very, very simple indeed. I just curious what you're going to say. In Japan. That's it. In Japan. Blah blah blah. You could say whatever you want. So, okay. I'll give you a second to think. Are you ready?
Yesterday in Japan was election day. Then
yeah.
Yeah, people needed to go to the school or city hall to vote someone. Actually, before I was talking with the American, they have a president, but in Japan we have prime minister. So system is much different. So I needed to explain about that. At first, they can choose president directly, but in Japan, we can't choose prime minister directly. We can choose only direct members. parliament members. So parliament members can choose a prime minister. And after that, prime minister chooses each ministers. It's kind of Japanese system. So even yesterday, he needed to choose as a parliament member and Prime Minister Abe Shindo. Lucky for him, his party won. He gained a lot of members. Then the second party was only 42. His party gained 293 or 4, I forgot. So he gained a big power. He want to change Japanese situation. For example, constitution rule. Japan, we can't fight with other countries. So recently, Chinese government set some air territory of the air territory. That territory line covered in Japanese territory. So we were frustrated from last year. Then many times Chinese Air Force overpassed the Japanese line. But the Japanese constitution banned to fight. So only Japanese minister for Air Force can do it. This is our territory. Go out from this place. Only that. We can't do anything. And even Chinese, a lot of fishermen boats came to Japan. They gathered a coral, red coral. Red coral is very expensive in China. They scratch the seabed. Then they gathered a lot of coral or anything. But the coral is very important for fish. A fish can sleep in that place, and even around the coral there are many bait for fish. So we need to protect the coral. But Chinese fisher boat, over 200 fisher boat came to Japanese territory. But Japanese Coast Guard can do it only. Go out from here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I agree with his idea to change constitution.
Okay. Okay. Well, that was closer to 3 minutes, actually.
Oh, you should have stopped me.
It's all right. No, it's okay. You were on a roll. I didn't want to stop you. Okay. Very, really not really any problems. Small problem pronunciation of president.
President.
I do have a couple follow-up questions though, because I'm curious. How many members of parliament are there in Japan?
About 500. I'm not sure. Always they change the number. So at first I remembered, but now I forgot. About 500.
Is it based on? Are they voted based on population or based on actual physical area, geography?
Area. For example, some place the population is getting lower and lower. In that case, they need to combine to another area.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's United States. That's how Congress works, and the Senate is 2 senators for each state. Okay. All right. And another thing I'm just curious about is the prime minister. All right. I understand if he has a lot of backing, he has a lot of people in his party elected. He has the power to become prime minister, and then he chooses his ministers. You mean like Ministry of Transportation, Ministry of Education, Ministry of...
Yeah.
Right. Now, okay, I'm curious. I don't know, and I'm very curious. Can he choose anyone he wants from the private sector, or does he have to choose people in his party who are in parliament?
He can choose any person.
Okay.
From the university professor or some authority okay. But usually he chooses only from the parliament.
I see. Okay, that's what I was very curious about that. Okay. Right. And I'm trying to think of, I know what you mean with the air territory, and I'm trying to think of the official English, what we call it, and I can't think of what it's called. Yeah, there's two different things. There's also the exclusive economic zone, or EEZ, right? But that's different.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know that before Chinese government setting that air territory. I didn't know that we need to have some air territory.
Yeah, well, usually this EEZ is different. The one in the air is called something like I can't.
It means
ADIZ, air defense something
yes,
zone.
that's right. That's right. It's very long. So before
Yeah,
I remember, but now I forgot it.
yeah, something about air defense zone.
Yeah. That's right.
I don't remember, but
So,
right.
even commercial airplane, they need to report to the China if they overpass that place, like that.
Yeah, right. Supposedly. Yeah. I know all about that. Yeah, wacky stuff. Believe me, I live in the Philippines. The old 9-dash line. Right. Please, come on.
I know even
Ridiculous.
Chinese military. Now they are constructing some airport in some coral island in Philippines.
That's right. That's right. In the Scarborough Shoal. Yeah. That's a hugely controversial subject, but anyway, yeah. Very soon, that's coming up in international arbitration. Actually, we'll have to see what happens there. Right. Okay. So no other real grammatical problems. Sometimes sentences are worded differently than I would, but not grammatically incorrect. So, okay, I totally understood what you're saying throughout the whole thing. And very interesting, by the way. Thank you. So, one last question, a follow-up question about this whole thing. Okay, it looks like Abe is going to hold his position. How often are Japanese elections?
Actually, Prime Minister have some right to resolve the Parliament. So if he want to do anything, but Parliament disagree with that, in that case he can say resolve. Then usually they have 4 years, 4 years
Okay.
duration. But if he said resolve, then they need to step down from that place. Then election campaign starts.
Okay, they need to step down, and then he calls for new elections. In other words,
that's right. Actually, he was chosen 2 years ago, so we had election
Right.
2 years ago.
Okay, all right. And just to be clear, I think you mean he has the right to dissolve Parliament, right? If I put in an aspirin in a glass of water, for example, it may dissolve. It disappears. So dissolve, not
Yeah.
right. Okay, well, that was very interesting and educational. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I learned a lot. Okay, Oksana.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Okay, let's try. Okay, the last one was really about the past, obviously. Let's try one that has more to do with the future. Let's go a different direction. You're going to start with I wish.
Mm-hmm.
It can be hard hard to beat because basically Heidi had spoke for 2 minutes, actually almost 3 minutes, and she only had one mistake. But anyway, give it a try. I wish. Try for 2 minutes. All right, that's your challenge. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
More or less. I wish. I wish I didn't have to do this. No. Okay. Ready? I'll give you the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Begin.
Okay. I wish many things, but first things I wish no war in the world, because this war bring bad for people, and people always in the war aggressive. My dream, we live in the world, all nationality like and love each other, because some country have problem, some people doesn't like another people, because people have another nationality, another religion. For my dreams, people live very, very lovely, but I don't know, maybe never this happened in the earth. This my wish about the world. Also, I have my wish about my child. I want she maybe she will be happy and go will go where she wants, and and 2 minutes not finished.
10 seconds.
Okay. 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 And I wish people happy in the world and his desire come true.
Okay, all right, that's it. That's it. You got it. Okay. That was better, actually. That was better. You did a much better job organizing your thoughts, saying I have many wishes, but my first wish is, and then you explained it, and then you said, as far as my personal life, what I wish is. Okay. So you did a good job organizing it, much better, actually, and it was all much clearer. Okay. Great. That was an improvement. Okay. All right. Let me give you some details, though, some small problems. You said there are many things I wish. Don't we all? Okay. But the first things, oh, maybe that was okay if you meant the first thing is. I don't remember how you said it. Okay. But first thing, okay, first means there's one of them. So, of course, it should be the first thing is. And that's a common phrase, by the way, is a signal phrase. The first thing is, the first thing I want to talk about, the first point is, okay. And then you talked about war and stop war. Bring death to people. Bring death to people, I guess. You don't need for. For is to show benefit, and we definitely don't use for to talk about death and dying. Disease brings death for people. We would never say that because for is really usually used to show benefit. I can say disease brings death to people. That's normal. That's okay. But anything that brings death is not really a benefit, of course. Okay. Okay. Again, subject-verb conjugation. This time using does or doesn't. The the don't or doesn't actually, using the negative present simple. You said some people doesn't like. Of course, it should. Some people don't like, right? Yeah. He doesn't like. She doesn't like. They don't like, or I don't like. We don't like.
But sorry, I know rules. I know rules, but when I start talking, I forget all rules. Maybe I need more practice about talking.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I need. Okay. Maybe I need. Wait a minute. Maybe I need to practice more. Maybe I need more practice. Actually, you could say it either way. Yeah, probably. That's probably true.
But I don't have any people now from abroad to practice English. I know some people if go England on somewhere maybe 2-3 weeks and very good speak English, but we don't have much practice. Only verbling. Only verbling.
Well, that's you raise a very good point. I was talking to one of my private students, and they were saying, I have to learn English. What is the best way? Frankly, the best way that I know to learn English is go to an English-speaking country and get a job where you have no choice. You're getting instructions. You're being told what to do, from the simplest where the bathroom is to how do you do your duties to chit-chat by the water fountain. Everything is in English. Total immersion. Well, that's what it's called, immersion learning. Totally immersed, and not just that you're visiting, so you're going to the zoo or going to the park or walking around or shopping, but where you're actually working. Because then you have no choice, and not only do you learn polite English, if you're shopping, you're only going to hear polite English, and if you're just being a tourist, people will talk to you like a stranger, and you get one version of English. If you're actually working in a company in an English-speaking country, you're going to hear curse words. You're going to hear negative things said about the boss. You're going to hear slang. You're going to hear idioms and phrasal verbs. You're going to hear the real English, the way we really speak it. So I think it's much more useful. Anyway, that's totally subjectively just my opinion, but really, because I used to be a manager in a company where we would get English-speaking students from other countries, and I saw how very, very quickly they learned the language and what you're talking about. They learn to think in English. So these mistakes like you're making, they stop making very quickly. Because they didn't have a choice. They would be ignored if they're not understood, and you can't really be ignored when you're trying to do your job. So you got to make adjustments quickly. Okay. Anyway, continue. You said, for my dreams, people live very lovely. Well, that's a little awkward. Not first of all, in my dreams, not for my dreams. In my dreams. By the way, it's a phrase that we use sarcastically many times. In your dreams. In your dreams, buddy. I want to make $1 million next year. Yeah, right. In your dreams. But anyway, people live very lovely. There's nothing wrong grammatically with that, of course. But it's a very general statement. It doesn't really say anything. Live lovely doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't co-locate with each other. I was thinking people live in harmony. Might be a way to say that. They live well, peacefully together. I commend you. You're trying to use an adverb. They live lovely, ly adverb. That's great. It's just not not a word that co-locates well with live. Live peacefully, live in harmony, or live harmoniously. Sure, maybe something like that. Okay, and last, you're talking about your daughter. I want she to be happy. Wrong. You need the object pronoun, not she. So I want her to be happy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of she. Okay. Well, all right. Heidi?
Yeah.
You ready to try one more?
Mm-hmm.
Like time for a quick one. I'll stop you at 2 minutes because we're running out of time. Okay. This is very vague. I'm kind of leaving it up to you. I prefer. What? That's a very vague, very general statement. Okay. All right.
Many people laugh or talk to people, friends, or relatives face to face. But my case, I rather I rather staying at home. Then I like talking with my friend or my sisters through a computer. I'm lazy person, so I don't want to go out actually. And meeting some friend, I need to put on cosmetics, makeup, and I need to choose my clothes. I don't want to be beaten other friends about beauty. I'm not beauty, but I want to make effort at more beauty. How can I say? As more beautiful I can.
More beautiful?
More beautiful as I can. So I need to make some effort to win to my friend at the first. So that it makes me the lazy person. But in the house, I don't need to put on cosmetics, and even I don't need to wear very good clothes. Actually, I'm wearing homeware. It's very comfortable. And then through computer, I can talk a lot of things with my sister or someone. But when I go out and if I talk to someone face to face, I'm always listening. I don't want to say anything about me, my personal things. So always I'm listening their problem. It's kind of enjoyable because everybody has some problem.
True. Everyone does.
Yeah. So after that, I can enjoy remembering her problem.
Goodness. Okay. That's 2 minutes. Okay. All right. Again, you have the same problems over and over again, usually surrounding use of prepositions. Okay. Right from the beginning. But you said, but my case should be, but in my case. Okay. But in my case, very standard phrase. In my case, all right, you're obviously clearly signaling some contrasting information. You used it correctly, but forgot im. And even now here it's an article. I'm lazy person. Well, it's person. It's countable. It should be I'm a lazy person. You just missed the article.
I'm lazy.
I'm a lazy, or I'm lazy. That's right. So there's a difference there. I am. If you use an adjective, I'm lazy, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm stupid, whatever. But if you use the noun, then you're going to need the article. I'm a lazy person, I'm a stupid person, I'm a smart person, whatever. Okay. All right, you got a little messed up with, okay, you're going to try to make yourself, here's one way to do it, as beautiful as you could say, as beautiful as I can be. Might be a way to say that.
I can be.
Okay.
Mm.
And this is a very common construction, all right? As adjective, as, and then whatever. You can use a comparison as beautiful as a peacock. I don't know. But, or a phrase, as beautiful as I can be, as much as I can do. It could, this whole as something as is very common phrasing in English. But it is used as a comparative, so as a comparative structure. You're comparing as beautiful as I can be, okay, your potential to your real self. Okay, and you can, when you're talking to your sister, you can talk a lot of things. Normally we're going to say talk about a lot of things.
Talk about. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Overall, good. You can manage to do the 2 minutes. All right. Probably, Oksana, we probably have just enough time for you to give it a shot. Okay. I want to give you the same one I gave Heidi, but just with your country. In Kazakhstan.
What mean? I prefer this any about what I'm talking. Any.
Oh, whatever you want to say. In Kazakhstan, blah blah blah.
In Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell us about it. Okay. What can you tell us? There's a lot of things you can tell us. Millions of things. You ready?
About I say about Japan, not about Kazakhstan.
No, not about Japan. I'm assuming you know more about your country. But okay. You ready?
Yes.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, go. Okay.
In Kazakhstan live many nationality of people. This Kazakh, Russian, Uyghur, Korean. In Kazakhstan, big country, but we have territory, but we have only maybe 15 million people. This very nice mountain, lake, and not too many people live in Kazakhstan. And now in Kazakhstan, it's very cold. It's winter. When I see in the window, much snow, and not much snow, and in the summer, very hot. I like 4 seasons in Kazakhstan because we have cold winter, very hot summer, and spring and autumn so-so weather, not very cold, not very warm. And in Kazakhstan, very lovely people, in my opinion. And um, and yes, finished.
Yeah. Okay. You're 22 seconds off, but okay. Close enough. It's okay. Well, we're almost out of class time anyway. It's all right. Okay, from the beginning, in Kazakhstan live many people. I would just, the word order, it's not specifically wrong. It's just a little odd to have a prepositional phrase of where, a place, first. So usually we say many people live in Kazakhstan, like that, in Kazakhstan. Okay, usually it's very normal to put the preposition of place, location, at the end. It'd be very weird for me to say, in Philippines is where I live. Why would I say that? I live in the Philippines. Okay? very strange to put that in the beginning. And right now is much snow. Right now there is much snow. You are correct to use much. That was good. Right now there is much snow. There is a lot of snow. Might be a little more common, but much is not wrong. And again with lovely. Lovely people. Try to learn some other adverbs, okay? Honest, upstanding, hardworking people, friendly people, okay? Right. Just lovely is very, very general, and it really carries almost no meaning. It is so generic in English. Just doesn't have a lot of meaning. So it doesn't really say anything. Just used as filler. I had a lovely time at your party. Really, it doesn't really say anything. It's just a polite construction, basically meaningless. Well, ladies, thank you very much for joining me. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed getting lots of practice in today. That was good. I'm glad. But I got to go. It's lunchtime. So I'm starving.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.